It's Impact with the Florida Star, the largest, oldest, and most read African-American newspaper in Northeast Florida and South Georgia. And now, here's the host, the publisher of the award-winning Florida Star, Clara McLaughlin.
This is Opio. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Impact. Got a great interview for you today. We got Brian McKnight, singer and songwriter. He has a new album out called Genesis. And of course, you know, with all that good music, he is on tour, constantly touring. It's going to be in Jacksonville soon, the big Duval. So y'all stay tuned right here on Impact. I wanted to first get your response to the passing of Aretha Franklin.
You know, it's funny. I do basically a tribute every night in my show where I talk about how we have lost some of music's greatest icons the last 10, 15 years. It seems like once a year, once every 6 months. And, you know, last week, coming into this week's show, just like, now, it's getting to the point now to where, you know, all of them are getting older. They're all getting to that age where even my parents, you know, I lost my mom last year, my dad's now almost 80.
Wow.
You know, when we were kids, we didn't really think in terms of one day everyone that we know is going to start to get older. Everyone that we know is going to start to, you know, not to mention just famous people in general. So it's just crazy that someone who's been that influential, that dear to so many people, just all of a sudden is gone. But the beautiful thing is that they've left us a legacy of music and recorded media that will last truly forever. And I think that's what people don't really realize about what we do.
Right.
You know, even a one-hit wonder
right.
is there for posterity. It's going to be there forever because it was recorded. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about doing this job. That you know, when we were kids, we'd go to the library. You'd look up in the card catalog something that somebody wrote back in 1920. It's still there. We're a part of that legacy, and I think that's great. It sucks because we don't get to reach out and touch her again, but we do because we can put on that song anytime we want.
Right. Well, you're sure not a one-hit wonder, that's for sure. Now, why do you believe that you made it so big when there are so many other talented people out there as well?
You know, I wish I could tell you that it's about my talent. And I think my talent does have something to do with it because the person that I needed to impress was the person that had the ability to show me to the masses to be able to have a career in the first place. You're only as good as the people who you're with that are there to promote you. And that's really just the truth. You know, if somebody who thinks that they've made it on their talent or on a delusional, I don't think anybody would say that. You know, you really have to have a team. There has to be a plan. There has to be all these things, and timing has to be perfect. It's kind of like playing sports. If you play football and you're in high school, and you think you're going to the NFL,
right.
It's going to be a long shot. I don't care how talented you think you are, but if you put yourself in the right position, if you go to the right school, if you give it the right coach, if you work your ass off, you may have a much better shot. So it's really all these things have to line up in place. Now, you'd ask me how to get here. You said how do you get there?
Right. Right. Did you start off? That's what I was saying. Sure. Did you start off in church like everybody else did, or did you go straight to R&B? Somebody saw you and say, "Hey, let's do it."
No. I started in church for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to do what I do the way that I do it without learning to do that in front of people. When you start singing in church at 6, 7 years old, and you're doing it for the reasons that you do it, it takes a different mindset. It comes from a different place. And what all I've ever tried to do is to take that feeling and really put that into every kind of music that I do. Because I think that's what people did. You know, when I listened to Stevie just didn't. That whatever he's doing, that's not something that was contrived. That's for real. And it has to come from a real place. And for me, growing up in the church and singing in the choir and singing with my family really gave me that feeling that you have to come from the heart.
Right. Where were you born and raised? I know you and I have, like, you and I were born the same year. You were born 2 days before me, a real Gemini. Where were you born and
Wow.
raised?
So I was born in Buffalo, New York,
Hmm.
and we left there in 78 or 79, and we moved to Orlando. So
Ah,
I kind of grew up
Florida.
closely. Yeah. So I went to middle school and high school in Orlando. So, but it's different because my parents, being New Yorkers, they didn't really let us become Floridians.
Oh,
We weren't really allowed to do. We weren't really allowed to do a whole lot outside the house or outside the church.
right,
So although it was warm, we were still in New York.
right. So tell me this, in the last 25 years, what kind of changes have you seen in the music industry?
The changes have mostly been technological. And because of the technology, what it's allowed to happen is that anyone with $300 can make records.
Right,
And when you have that, the amount of people making music, various degrees of levels of professionalism, the bar has kind of been lowered to I wouldn't say the lowest common denominator, but when you have that amount of people doing music, it changes the landscape. It's almost become, it's really frequent, which is great for people who have always dreamed of being in this business. It's become less exclusive than ever, I think, more than anything. But, good for them, because under normal circumstances, they wouldn't be able to create music. So I think it's good and bad at the same time.
are there any new artists out there that you see that you would like to work with?
When I start thinking about people I want to work with, I'll work with anyone.
Right,
We really have to have the idea that we're going to do something together, and we have to have the same goal when that happens. But I don't discriminate necessarily. But again, my phone's not ringing off the hook either. I think people think that I would be like, no, I'm not working with you because I'm Brian McKnight. That's not really the case. I would be interested to learn from them as much as I would imagine they would want to learn from me. And I think when you collaborate with someone, that's sort of the greatest of all worlds. So some of the things that I've done have been kind of different, whether it was Willie Nelson or Brasco Flash, different genres, different acts. I think it's always a great thing.
right. You're an icon. I'm gonna tell you, people will take off work to go see you in your concerts. I mean, and I think that's because of your image is incredible. You're a real cool guy. But let me tell you a story. Your song "Back to One" I saw at Control a Crowd before. There was it was in Norfolk. I was in college, and somehow there was a contest going on. A big crowd out there in this big old field, and they could not get the crowd under control. They started singing your song "Back to One." By the end of that, everybody started clapping, and they were able to bring the crowd under control because of your song. I will never forget that. but now,
I've never heard of that.
yes. That happened in Norfolk, Virginia, back in the late '90s. It's incredible. Now
Wow.
you've been on a tour all year, and you got this song called "10 Million Stars," and one of the lyric goes, "I don't want to change your life. I just want to be where you are." Wow, how beautiful is that? And I was looking through YouTube, and there's all these reactions, and the reaction I saw the most about you is you have done it again. You have not let them down again. Every single project, you got these fans that's going to look out for you, and they're going to come out and support. What do you think about that?
I think it's amazing. That's why I always try to deliver the best for the people, because I think that I'm held to a little bit of a different standard than some of the other artists. Not to say that they're not held to a high standard, but I think that I've created a standard for myself that I can never, I can never go below. Even when I'm trying to be funny, I can't go below
Right.
that standard.
Right.
And I think that people appreciate that about me. Everybody likes different kinds of things. Everybody, if you want to go to the club, you have your music for that. If you want to go to the game, you have the music that's going to get you right. But ultimately, when you want to have those intimate moments with someone, you need something. I'd like to think I'm one of those people that folks look to be able to set that mood, to be able to set that thing off. You can make it where you're trying to go, and I think that it's great that when I do that for people, that they actually, that's one of the great things about social media, is that you reaction. And most of the time, 90% of the time, it's going to be positive feedback. Even if they're being negative, it's positive. There are a lot of idiots out here, but for the most part, it's a good thing.
Now, your album, Genesis, this is one of many incredible albums. Now, I think with you, you're not going to ever have to worry about making money again because you got so many incredible songs. You can always tour and make money. How is this Genesis different or the same as your previous works?
You know, it's different on a lot of fronts, you know. I think people assume that because I've been writing love songs my whole life, that they've always been based on my life. And it's just not true. Since my Better album, and that coincided with when I met my wife, and I finally fell in love for the first time, that's the first time my songs have actually had real meaning. So that's one of the differences with Genesis. You know, now we're into year 5 or 6 when this album was released, and now we've had a chance to really fall even deeper in love. And when you listen to those songs, I mean, you talk about 10 million stars. I mean, my wife loves Little White Lights. Wherever we go, if we're driving somewhere, she's like, look, these are the little white lights over there, it's over here. And I wrote that song based on the fact that she, you know, I didn't know her when she was a little kid, but when she sees Little White Lights, I get that vision of her when she was in the car with her parents, and she was just sitting there, you know, snacking on some chips or something, looking at little white lights still around. Those are the moments that I've captured on that album. Now, musically, I think I finally figured out how to walk the fine line between making traditional sort of blind and band music and using today's technology without going overboard on either side. So sort of going right down the middle of the road.
This is Opio. I'm speaking to Brian McKnight. Y'all know the incredible crooner. He's going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, August 31st at the Florida Theater. Ladies, I already know y'all already calling me up right now. And so we know this is going to be big. Mr. McKnight, tell us a little bit about touring and how does it feel being on the road? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'm never off the road. I think we did 158 shows last year, and we're probably going to do more this year. It's really amazing to step out on stage and to see the anticipation after all this time. I mean, if you would have told me back in 1997 that in 2018 that people are going to still be coming out to see you, I'd have been like, I'm almost 50. Are you kidding me? Nobody's going to want to see me then. Right. Well, it's still happening, and it still blows my mind every single night that folks are coming out and that they love not only, you know, the big hits, but even some of the songs that weren't hits or that weren't singles, but they know so much of this music. Because you never know. I never know. I know people have bought records, but you don't know if they're actually listening and if they're actually listening. You don't really get that feedback until they're sitting right in front of you.
Right.
And it's the greatest feeling in the world that something that I've written, that I created, is now being sung louder than I can sing it on stage by folks who really relate to the music that I've created. There's very few better feelings than that.
Now, before I let you go, I wanted to ask you one last question about we mentioned Aretha Franklin, and she lended herself to issues. Michael Jackson, Prince, they all lend themselves to issues. What do you think about artists, and whether it's sports or music, lending themselves to and using their fame and platform for protests, mainly about racial issues? What do you think about that?
I think if you're passionate about something, you should scream it from the mountaintops. Everyone has a different way of leading. Everyone has a different way of protesting or a different way of depending upon their personality. I think when you talk about Aretha, you talk about Marvin Gaye. None of us, at least none, you know, other than my parents and their friends, know what it was like to grow up black in the 60s,
right,
or in the 50s. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what they went through.
Right.
And the fact that now, moving forward in 2018, we're still having to deal with even one of those issues is ridiculous at this point. But if you study human nature and you study history, you know that people have prejudice. They have things that they don't really understand the way that they are, that have been embedded in their DNA from their ancestors from hundreds of years ago. So you would think that in this particular country, we would be past that, but we're not. So somebody has to stand up. Somebody has to remind folks that, you know what, we have not overcome overcome just yet, and there's still some things that could be different. And I think it's great when people stand up to, even in the face of losing their jobs or losing their livelihood, that they're willing to protest. I think it's fantastic.
Incredible answer. This is Opio. I'm speaking to Brian McKnight. He will be in Jacksonville at the Florida Theater August 31st. Brian, before you go, tell them why they should come out and see you. Tell them to come on out and check you out.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you have somebody who you really care about and you want to have spend a really fantastic date night with them, this is where you want to be. If you are looking for somebody to spend that night with, you may find them at this place. There's something for everyone. We're going to sing and play our faces off. It's going to be a great time. 25, 26 years in music. An anthology of Brian McKnight music that night. So come on out and let's have a great time.
Brian McKnight, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I got to get out of here. This is Opio Speaks. I will see you next time on Impact.
I don't want to change you.